What's going on, everybody? It's Matt with American Ford WD. Hope you're having an awesome day. Today, we're just going to roll through the boring stuff and get to the cool stuff. So, Jessica's here. Say hi. Hi. Okay. Outside, let me start with this. Whitey went to its new owner, and so Whitey is now gone. They renamed it, and they're going to enjoy it, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm using a rental right now. I know. It's terrible, but you know, when you don't have another choice, you just got to deal with it. No, just kidding. This is Rabbit. I'm driving Rabbit right now, Rabbit 2.0 to be exact, until my truck is ready. Rabbit did some more color changes to it. Moto-built inner fenders, flat fenders. I don't know if I've made a video on that, but we changed that around. We added some lights up on the A-pillar, and then I believe we did a moto-built heavy-duty spare tire carrier, and he painted that all to match. So yeah, so a couple of small changes. I don't know how I feel about the color choices, but you know, hey, to he his own. Anywho, let's see what we got going on. We got a Ford 8.8 rear axle swap, gear change, and some other stuff. Clutch, AC stuff left to do. And that's it for out here. Well, this is a little different, isn't it? So, let's roll over here. Let's step back a little bit. So the Comanche is in a little bit different shape than last time, isn't it? So, let's run through the changes that I've been able to do in the last pretty much week and a half. While those two guys were working hard doing customer vehicles, I've been stuck on this, getting this ready, trying to go as fast as possible. So the first thing we did was KMC grenade beadlocks. With some Mickey Thompson, what are they, Legends? Baja Legend MTZs. We did, let's just keep going with the front. So we did a BK Fab 3-link kit, as you can see, with BK Fabs over the axle track bar system. I still have to put the track bar mount right here and the sway bar link mounts on both sides, but I've got the spring perches. Oh, here's the spring. So I got the spring perches done, got everything cut off, did the spring perches, got the lower control arm mounts on, got the shocks on, the springs on, the extended bump stop. We went with Rubicon Express for the coil spring and the shocks. We also have the frame stiffener, at least on both sides of the front, all the way down, so you can see that. We got that all welded up, and he stiffens it up. And then another view of our setup here. Cool. Got a heavy-duty track bar mount. I am currently on this side. I'm getting this bump stop out to put the extended bump stop in there, and then I can put the coil spring back in. Pretty much once I do the track bar mount and the 2 sway bar link mounts, the suspension is done. I still have to do the heavy duty steering, all that fun jazz, but for the most part it's pretty much done. It is a 3-link, so we had to cut off the upper mount up here. So I gave it a little bit because he's got some ribs in there and I want to keep those. So I just chopped it off right there. Cool. Everything's fitting and working and having a great time so far. All right. Drop my microphone. Let's go to the back. So we got everything cut off, which was pure hell. And we got it ground down nice and clean. We did U-bolt eliminator kit from Artec. And again, all this bracketry stuff for the front is all Artec. Everything is Artec. So we did U-bolt delete kit for the spring perches. Got that welded on. Looking good. A couple of views of it. So we got that into place. We got the these shock mounts are for a Ford 8.8, but they fit on a Dana 44, so we just use those. Got those all welded on. Cool, rock and roll. Gave the axle a fresh coat of paint. We'll put a diff cover on there at some point, but the rear is done-ish for now. This will be towing a small camper, so I didn't want to do like 4-link and, you know, ORIs and all sorts of crazy mess, or coilovers. I just didn't feel it as necessary. So this is actually fully drooped out. As you can see, the tires on the rear are not touching the ground, so that's fully drooped out. The front is fully drooped out. So it's going to have a ton of travel on here. Once we actually sit it down, I would say this part of the fender probably sits right here. There's like only 4 or 5 inches between the top of the tire and that top of the fender. Of course, we're going to cut all that out, trim that out, make it look good. But tons of down travel. I like it. It's looking good so far. It's going to flex like a monster, so badass. So it doesn't look like a whole lot got done, but trust me, cutting all the brackets off, welding new brackets, getting it set up, finding the pinion angle on the rear axle, getting it hooked up, getting new bolts, it's just been a slow go, but it's all in there and it's having a fun time. So anywho, so the Comanche is a rockin'. She's gonna look good. Anywho, we've got customer ZJ in the house. We're doing long arm WJ knuckle swap, which we've already done. So giant brakes, better steering geometry, better suspension geometry with the long arm. We've got the rear already set up. The front's not hooked up, but the rear's hooked up. There we go. So you can see that. New brakes, turned the rotors. We got some hood louvers that are going to go on it. Did valve cover gaskets and some other stuff that we got to do to it. But otherwise, this thing's going to be pretty kick-ass. Pretty kick-ass. So, yeah, tons of parts. I mean, it's a madhouse in here, guys. Clean Mr. Piggy. We got a Ford F-250 in the house. We are lowering it for some god-awful reason. Customer wanted it lowered, so okay. So we had like 2-inch springs up here, so we put the OEM springs from Ford. New shocks, because the shocks were fried, so we got the Bilstein 5100s. He wanted to be a little bit wider, so wheel spacers. We are doing drop shackles in the back, so the new shackle will have this bolt hole will be like right here, so it'll lower the rear down a good probably 2 inches. Some new tires, the Cooper AT3. New tires, hell yeah, because the old tires were trashed. Yeah, here's the old tires. They were smoked. So it's gonna be cooler, wider, lower, all sorts of fun stuff. This is our Ford 8.8 that we got from our good friends at Hudlows. He goes to junkyards all the time and grabs this stuff, like tons and 8.8s, so I don't have to, so I can just buy it directly from him. But anywho, we got this Ford 8. Chris already cut all the brackets off, so we're going to, we got it majority of ground down, but we're going to finish grinding it up. Put on our new truss system, which is screws over there in the shelves or something from Artec, and we're gonna grind, clean, weld the new truss system on, and then boom, and it's gonna go in the yellow Jeep out there. So we're almost ready for that. Other than that, not a whole lot else going on. We've got to do our neighbors, the Jim. He has a 2020 Gladiator. He wants me to do some rock lights today, so I'm going to be doing that. So cool. But yeah, it's we're rocking. Oh yeah, we got some the new Baja Legend EXP tires for this guy right here. So that's going to be cool as well. Anywho, but yeah, this is our front track bar mount for the Comanche. I've been letting it cool down. And so this guy is gonna go right there-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. The bad thing is of course, because of this disconnection point, this FAD system, this is cast. So it's gonna be fun to weld steel to cast. So definitely some preheat going into that and taking our time and everything, getting it all nice and clean, blah, blah, blah. So that way that guy will actually hold on there without cracking. We've got anti-rock for the front. So that's gonna look badass. We've got more of the frame stiffener. So I was saying we got the frame stiffener over here, but this one you can probably see a little bit better. This frame stiffener I got welded in yesterday. So you can see it going all the way down. Just reinforces the frame, that way it doesn't flex or contort or twist. But this kit comes with all the frame stiffeners, so pretty much from front all the way to back. So we've got way more to do. It's never ending. We have, so last video I asked everybody, what do you want to see? You want to see the 4.0 or do you want to see more power? Everybody said more power, of course. So we decided to go ahead with that. So I took the 4L80 to Hickson Transmission. Thank you guys are awesome. And just had them rebuild it, freshen it up. So we got that back. They dunked it, and it's all pretty aluminum. I've got it covered right now, so that way I don't get a bunch of dust and stuff all over. Brand new torque converter, brand new internals, brand new everything. The engine is at Performance Masters, or Performance Masters. They are rebuilding it. Everybody said, well, just stick it all in there because it all ran, it all shifted, it was pulled out of running and shifting vehicles. I don't really want to do that because the amount of time, effort, money that it's taken to get the Comanche to this point, I don't want to stick all that stuff in there and like a month later the engine explode or the transmission stop shifting or what have you. So I would just rather have that stuff rebuilt as of right now, cleaned up, made look nice, and that way when I stuff it in there, it's all good, it's all brand new, and everything's ready to go. So other than that, guys, I appreciate it. When's our next ride? Is it AOP? AOP this month. I want to say it's the 13th. That sounds right. Anyways, guys, go check out our Facebook page and check out our event section. We hold rides. We have about 15, 16 rides a year. It's free to anybody. It's family friendly, whatever. Certain rides are stock friendly. Certain rides are not. Just read in the description. We'll tell you. Guys, other than that, I appreciate it. We will see you later.